All right. Gather round, petrol heads and tech geeks, because we're about to take a wild ride into the future of transportation. Forget your granddad's rusty old Ford. We're talking flying cars, self-driving pods, and vehicles so futuristic they'd make Elon Musk blush. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because things are about to get seriously interesting. Imagine this. You wake up, hop into your sleek self-driving car that probably brews a mean cuppa, let's be honest, and zoom through the air, dodging skyscrapers and those pesky pigeons. Sound like something out of Back to the Future? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because the future is closer than you think. We're on the cusp of a transportation revolution, my friends. The way we get from point A to point B is about to change forever. Gone are the days of traffic jams and road rage. Well, mostly gone, knowing some drivers. Get ready for a world of eco-friendly speedsters, personalized travel pods, and maybe even a cheeky space taxi or two. So, are you ready to ditch your old banger and embrace the future of transportation? Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to dive headfirst into the exciting, mind-boggling world of concept vehicles. Get ready to have your mind blown. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the TechSphere channel. I bet you didn't know that your childhood dream of soaring through the skies in your very own flying car is closer to reality than you think. Yeah, that one where you'd whiz past traffic jams with a smug grin on your face? Well, guess what? That dream is about to become a reality. Flying cars have been a staple of science fiction for decades, but now, thanks to some seriously clever engineers and a healthy dose of good old-fashioned human ingenuity, they're finally taking flight, pun intended. These futuristic vehicles are like a cross between a sleek sports car and a light aircraft, offering the best of both worlds, the freedom of the open sky and the convenience of personal transportation. Imagine the possibilities. No more rush hour nightmares, no more road rage incidents, unless we start fighting over airspace, which, let's be honest, we probably will. Just you, your flying car, and the open sky. Need to pop out for a pint of milk? No problem, just fire up the engines and soar above the traffic. Late for work? Just take a shortcut through the clouds. Of course, there are still some kinks to iron out, like where do we park these things, and what about air traffic control? And will we need a special flying license? So many questions. But hey, where there's a will, and a team of brilliant engineers, there's a way. Now, let's talk about concept vehicles, the Rockstars of the automobile world. These bad boys are the automotive equivalent of a concept album, experimental, innovative, and sometimes a little bit out there. They're the wild ideas, the crazy prototypes, the glimpses into the future of transportation that get our engines revving and our imaginations soaring. We're talking cars that can change color with the click of a button, vehicles that drive themselves while you catch some Z's in the back, and even cars that can transform into boats or helicopters. Okay, maybe the boat car helicopter thing is still a few years off, but a guy can dream, right? Concept vehicles are all about pushing the boundaries of what's possible, experimenting with new technologies, and challenging the status quo. They're a playground for designers and engineers to let their imaginations run wild and create vehicles that are both functional and visually stunning. So buckle up, Buttercup, because the world of concept vehicles is a wild ride. From self-driving supercars to flying taxis, the only limit is our imagination. And who knows, maybe one day some of these crazy concepts will become our everyday reality. Hold your breath, folks, because we're diving deep into the future of underwater transportation. Forget cruise ships and submarines, we're talking about personal aquatic vehicles that'll make you feel like Aquaman himself. Imagine gliding through the ocean depths in your very own underwater pod, surrounded by vibrant coral reefs and curious sea creatures. No need for scuba gear or oxygen tanks, just pure, unadulterated underwater exploration. Think of it as your own personal submarine, complete with panoramic views and maybe even a built-in snack bar. Hey, a guy can dream, right? These underwater wonders aren't just for sightseeing, though. They could revolutionize underwater research, allowing scientists to study marine life and ecosystems up close and personal. Imagine the discoveries we could make. Of course, there are challenges to overcome. Designing vehicles that can withstand the immense pressure of the deep sea is no easy feat. And then there's the whole issue of navigating murky waters and avoiding giant squid. But hey, that's all part of the adventure, right? So, grab your snorkel, or maybe not, and get ready to explore the incredible underwater world of the future. All right, adrenaline junkies, this one's for you. Imagine strapping yourself into a pod and being catapulted through a vacuum-sealed tube at speeds that would make a fighter jet jealous. No, it's not the latest roller coaster at Disneyland, it's the Hyperloop. The brainchild of tech mogul Elon Musk, the Hyperloop is a revolutionary transportation system that promises to whisk passengers between cities at mind-blowing speeds. We're talking about traveling from London to Edinburgh in under an hour. That's faster than you can say tea and biscuits. So how does it work? Well, imagine a giant air hockey table, but instead of a puck, you've got a passenger pod. And instead of air, you've got a near vacuum. The pod levitates on a cushion of air and is propelled through the tube by magnetic forces, reaching speeds of up to 700 miles per hour. Hold on to your hats, folks. Of course, there are still some hurdles to overcome. Building a massive network of vacuum-sealed tubes across countries and continents is no small feat. And then there's the small matter of making sure the whole thing is safe. But hey, if anyone can pull it off, it's Elon and his team of engineering wizards. Hold on to your astronaut ice cream, everyone, because we're blasting off into the final frontier of transportation space tourism. That's right, folks. Space travel is no longer just for billionaires and astronauts. Soon, you too could be sipping zero-gravity cocktails and gazing down at Earth from the blackness of space. Companies like Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin are already offering suborbital flights that'll give you a taste of space travel, including a few minutes of weightlessness and breathtaking views of our planet. Imagine the Instagram opportunities. Space selfie, anyone? Of course, space tourism is still in its infancy, and there are many challenges to overcome, from the high cost of space travel to the potential environmental impact. But hey, a few space selfies are a small price to pay for pushing the boundaries of human exploration, right? So, pack your spacesuit and get ready for the ultimate adventure, a holiday in space. Just remember to pack some motion sickness pills, because that zero-gravity thing can take some getting used to. Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to enter a world where your car knows you better than your own mother. That's right, we're talking about biometric cars. Vehicles that can read your emotions, track your health, and even predict your next move. Creepy? Maybe a little. Cool? Definitely. Imagine this. You hop into your car after a stressful day at work. The car senses your elevated heart rate and plays your favorite chill-out music. It adjusts the temperature and lighting to your liking and even offers you a soothing massage. Now that's what I call a personalized driving experience. But it's not all about pampering. Biometric cars could also make driving safer by monitoring driver fatigue and distraction. Imagine a car that can tell when you're about to fall asleep at the wheel and gently nudges you awake or even pulls over to the side of the road. Now that's some next-level safety technology. Of course, there are concerns about privacy and data security. Do we really want our cars collecting all that personal information about us? And what if that information falls into the wrong hands? These are all important questions that need to be addressed as this technology develops. All right, brainiacs, let's get philosophical for a minute. Self-driving cars are all the rage these days, but they also raise some seriously tricky ethical questions. Like, who's responsible when a self-driving car gets into an accident? The car, the manufacturer, the passenger? Talk about a moral maze. Imagine this. A self-driving car is faced with a split-second decision: swerve to avoid a pedestrian and risk injuring the passenger, or stay on course and potentially harm the pedestrian. It's a lose-lose situation, and there's no easy answer. So, who gets to decide? The engineers who programmed the car's algorithms? The lawmakers who set the rules of the road? Or do we leave it up to the car to make a judgment call based on cold, hard data? These are the kinds of ethical dilemmas we're going to have to grapple with as autonomous vehicles become more commonplace. It's a whole new world of moral responsibility, and there's no instruction manual for this one, folks. One thing's for sure, the conversation about the ethics of artificial intelligence is just beginning. And as we hand over more and more control to machines, we need to make sure we're asking the right questions and setting the right ethical guidelines. After all, with great power comes great responsibility, right? Even if that power comes in the form of a self-driving car. All right, eco-warriors, let's talk about sustainability. The automotive industry is undergoing a massive transformation, with electric vehicles, EVs, leading the charge. Gone are the days of gas-guzzling monsters. The future is electric, baby. From sleek Tesla Roadsters to nippy electric hatchbacks, there's an EV out there for everyone. And with advancements in battery technology, range anxiety is becoming a thing of the past. We're talking about cars that can travel hundreds of miles on a single charge. That's further than you can throw a fossil fuel. But it's not just about EVs. We're also seeing a surge in alternative fuels, like hydrogen and biofuels. And let's not forget about the humble bicycle, which is making a comeback as people ditch their cars for a more sustainable way to get around. The future of transportation is all about reducing our carbon footprint and creating a cleaner, greener planet. So, ditch your gas guzzler and hop on the sustainability bandwagon. Your grandchildren and the planet will thank you for it. Well, folks, there you have it. A sneak peek into the wild, wacky, and wonderful world of future transportation. From flying cars to underwater pods, from the Hyperloop to space tourism, the future of getting from point A to point B is about to get a whole lot more exciting and maybe a little bit terrifying. So buckle up, Buttercup, because the future of transportation is closer than you think. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be commuting to work in a flying car or jetting off on a weekend getaway to space. The possibilities are endless. But before you rush out and trade in your trusty old banger for a self-driving spaceship, remember one thing. The future of transportation is not just about technology. It's about people. It's about creating a transportation system that is safe, efficient, sustainable, and accessible to everyone. So, what are you waiting for? Dive into the exciting world of future transportation. Read up on the latest concept cars, explore the possibilities of space tourism, and join the debate about the ethics of artificial intelligence. The future is waiting, and it's going to be one heck of a ride. Remember, folks, the journey is just as important as the destination. So keep your engines revving, your imagination soaring, and your eyes on the road, or the sky, or the ocean depths, or maybe even outer space. The adventure continues. For more topics like this, make sure you subscribe and watch the recommended video on the screen right now.